I think life brings suffering to us until we get serious about it in one area or another. But this is the bottom of the pyramid. If you want wealth, if you want relationship balance, if you want anything, you have to do what we're talking about here, which is health. People spend money on their homes, their pets. Their health is really the place to start, because you get healthy for others, not just yourself.
In the beginning of this conversation, you talked about your mother, and I know that she is the reason you also started researching these things, supplements, and you started your company. So let's circle back to that, and like, how did you start Upgraded Formulas?
Yeah, I mean, it was that, and then it was also, having memory issues towards the end of college, and just noticing that I became very clear on this thing that we're just talking about now, which is energy. And wow. It became so clear to me that with an average amount of energy, you'd have a pretty average life. And, you'd be able to like do the job, but then you'd be done after work or something, versus enough to learn and apply yourself and really go for it and build a company like I've built. So, that was a long process. It took many, many years. I researched for about 7 years, and I've had the company for a little over 7 years now. So it's
a difficult market as well.
It was a lot difficult market, but now we have people like Vision at Mind Valley that are talking about this just for free and saying, hey, look, these are some of my favorite supplements that I take every single day. And we've actually won over a lot of the top entrepreneurs in the world, and a lot of all the top people in health. So now it's just about spreading the word. We have the clinical trials. We don't need to convince anyone. I don't need anyone's opinion anymore. And we also have ridiculous testimonials that are so good that honestly we can't even legally publish some of them. They're so freaking good. So we actually can't. So we have to like tone it down or whatever. But yeah, I mean, basically when people try our stuff, they experience benefit and they get better, and I'm really happy about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it feels very fulfilling, and I want other people to feel fulfilled in their unique mission here in the world, and that really is dictated through energy, like we're talking about. And no matter where you are, if you have more energy, you'll enjoy life more, you'll make more money, you'll have a better relationship. A lot of fights often come, whether it's friendship or romantic relationships, when people are tired. Oof, really bad,
Good point.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna now start wrapping up, and just for the audience, if you want to do something on a budget, let's say you don't have the means to do hair testing, not 3 times a year, definitely. What is the number one thing that people should focus on if they want to be a high energy individual or regain their energy?
I would say, first of all, think about where you're spending your money, because even the people on the budget can save up and afford to do this a couple times a year. This is what I find, because they say that, but then they're spending money on cigarettes, and they're spending money on beer, and they're spending money on
perfumes,
just crap, just perfumes,
phthalates in the perfumes,
extra clothes, even if it's cheap clothes that they're gonna throw away. It's literally go inward, meditate, realize everything we talked about today, re-listen to this podcast, really get it in your mind front and center, get a clear picture of it, and you'll manifest the ability to do it. And honestly, I couldn't have created a more cost-effective system that's effective. And I would say, you have to take something like upgraded magnesium nightly if you're going to sleep well.
So that's your number one to go.
That's the number one. We have many other supplements, like 25 or so, but everyone needs that, some amount of it. Yeah. Because the soil doesn't have it, and it's, when you think about it, again, periodic law, it's used for the energy production in every single cell. And if you don't have enough of it, what do you think those cells are doing? Really, imagine that. it might seem woo-woo, but like close your eyes, try to put your mind inside those cells. Are they happy when they don't have what they need?
Happy.
They're starving. They're actually starving. They're starving, and those cells, when they're not happy, that is what we call a lack of ease, aka dis-ease. And the opposite's true too. So what's really expensive is disease and low energy, and that comes from chronic low energy states.
That I agree with. So avoiding disease, being preventative, that's your biggest trick, biggest saver of money, because treating disease is expensive.
Oof.
From experience.
Yeah, so expensive. And that will, if someone thinks they're struggling financially, wait until they suffer through something like that. And then, I mean, that's the number one bankruptcy in the US and probably most countries is healthcare cost.
Yeah.
And you look at the most healthy people and they don't go to doctors. Only in emergencies, right?
Yeah.
For things that are accidents basically.
Same here, completely.
But not, yeah.
And on that note, finishing up, where can the audience find you? Where can they check out your stuff? What website should they visit?
Sure. The site Upgraded Formulas is the best place. So that's upgraded with an ED and formulas with an S. And this is really my love letter to the world, you know. If I could make it free, I would. But this is... You also understand after some point that people value what they pay for, and they might go, oh, I don't have money for that, and then they buy like a designer purse or something. You're like, you're not serious about this yet. So I think life brings suffering to us until we get serious about it in one area or another. But this is the bottom of the pyramid. If you want wealth, if you want relationship balance, if you want anything, you have to do what we're talking about here, which is health. People spend money on their homes, their pets. Their health is really the place to start, because you get healthy for others, not just yourself. So I'm really passionate about that and really clear on that. So I hope that comes across as hey, listen, hopefully this is just a give for people and they understand that. But, really, I think selling you on the idea is necessary, because to not do this is just like wasting time, which to me, if a year goes by, that's really the biggest loss. Another year, you're in the same place. You could have fixed it. Now you don't remember the conversation. Now you don't remember what to do. It's like, just take action now. Just do it. Figure out a way to make it work. And I think you'll see the results. So that's everything you can find on the website, and you can find social links. You can find me on Google and things like that. So
awesome. Great having you on, man.
On Instagram, on YouTube. Yeah. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Pleasure.
Man.
Thanks for having me on.